resulted in the last round of budget cuts?
You know, it's difficult to come up with precise numbers because, in fact, that action is still ongoing. There's still the implementation of that. I understand bumping rights within some agencies is still occurring. And so it's difficult to know precisely. I don't know if we have a number.
Well, it's clear it's in the hundreds.
Hundreds, certainly hundreds.
But it's a process that's ongoing through the end of the fiscal year.
Low hundreds, high hundreds, mid hundreds.
We can probably get back to you with the exact number, but as you know, bumping rights, this is a several-month process, so it's a moving target.
Governor, you mentioned 1.9 billion if those what you consider a recession. Just how optimistic or pessimistic are you now that we may get to that point?
Well, it's quite frankly difficult to know for sure. We, as I said, are monitoring this on a continuous basis. Much of what happens in Ohio is the result of what's happening nationally with the national economy, certainly. And so my responsibility is to try to carry out what I am constitutionally required to do, and that's maintain a balanced budget. And we are hopeful that the economy will see a turnaround, and we continuously work for that. Quite frankly, that's why we passed the stimulus package, the job stimulus package, because we saw this unfolding economic set of circumstances, and we felt that we needed to do what we could do for ourselves. And thankfully, in a bipartisan way, we were able to come to an agreement. So we're hopeful that that can be a significant factor in the short term. But we must be prepared, and we must act in a, I believe, in a fiscally conservative manner. That's why I am going to be looking at all expenditures, and I'm going to be asking that the legislature cooperate with me in terms of trying to control the spending that we do in the near future as well as in the long term.
Governor, as a former member of Congress, what would you like to see Congress, the Oval Office, or the federal level do to try to get the ship turned around here before we go to 8% unemployment?
Yeah, but John, I think there needs to be a recognition on the part of the administration that the states are suffering. I believe some 29 states are now projecting significant budget shortfalls. Many of those states are facing circumstances even much more difficult than we're facing here in Ohio. California has a projected shortfall, I'm told, of between $14 and $20 billion. New York has huge budget problems. So altogether, some 29 states. And so I think there needs to be a recognition that the states are in need of assistance. That assistance could come in different forms. One of the things the federal government could do would be to help us with our Medicaid expenditures. Certainly that would be something that could be done that would have a rather dramatic impact upon all of the states. But the need is there, and we are communicating with our federal representatives to let them know that we think the federal government has a responsibility to help us with these problems.